We are live here at the Cookport Fairgrounds in Commodore, Pennsylvania for the first stop on the Appalachian Outlaws Championship Tour. On today's episode, we have two classes of pulling action, featuring the small block high output four-wheel drive trucks and the Outlaw Farm Tractor Division. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, and the action starts right now. Alright, and we're kicking off the show here today with the small block high output four-wheel drive trucks. 8 trucks in the division here tonight with a couple exhibition hooks as well. A great lineup of trucks, and we're kicking it off here with Brandon Stuble. 1994 Ford he calls Mutiny, one of the top running trucks in the class. And he's backing into the sled there and gonna be the test puller. Let's see what he can do. And not a bad run laid down by Brandon. He went down the middle portion of the track there. Seemed like he ran a really fast gear, couldn't quite get the RPMs built up, but a very nice hook for him there. 270.22 and gonna be the mark to beat here. What a great run. Now coming out on the track, this is Ray Unger, 1980 Chevy he calls True American Heroes. Been pulling this truck for over 25 years now. Lots of pulling experience and a lot of experience behind the wheel of this truck here. Mark to beat is 270.22. The chain is tight, and let's see what he can do here. True American Heroes, Ray Unger. Take it off down the track. And spinning out hard at the end. He got in it quick and fast. The truck came to life. 290.81. Gonna be the new mark to beat here, and a solid run put down by the True American Heroes truck. But if there's anybody that can take the lead, it's going to be this guy right here, Jason Garris, 1970 K20 Chevy here, the 2022 Appalachian Outlaws points champion here coming out on the track. A solid running truck. He pulls all summer long, sometimes even jumps up in the big block class and is in a top truck in that division. So let's see what he can do here. Pulling out 290, the mark to beat. Here he goes. And not a bad run laid down. It looks like he did it. 295.47 gonna be the new mark to beat. And he came off fast and hard just like the other two trucks did. Got a lot of wheel speed and kind of veered off towards the left side of the track. Kept the track speed going and set the mark to beat. What a run. And next up on the track, going to be Jim Basinger, High Noon, a 1985 Chevy. Now this truck has been pulling for quite a few years now. He started in the street class and bumped his way back up to the small block high output division. Last year, he actually got a first place finish at the Somerset County Fair. So a top running truck. He did get a test hook a couple weeks ago at the Listy Grove facility. So this is going to be his second hook of the year here for him. Jim Basinger, High Noon. Let's see what he can do. Oh, man, and he was jerking the tires back and forth at the end there, trying to get every little inch that he could. And he ended up at 289.74. Going to be good enough for third place, just behind the number 2 spot with Ray Unger there. And the thing with these classes is it goes by combined distance for the end of season points. So he set a really good distance to get himself set for the rest of the year. Now next up, going to be Brian Struble, Brandon's brother here, 1994 Ford, and a tough truck to beat. Here he goes. And man, not what you want to see there. He could just never get that truck to lay down flat and go, and he's going to get a distance of 257.85. Just bouncing up and down the whole track. Not really a normal thing you see out of this truck, but I'm sure he'll be back and competitive for the next pull. And here he is, the hometown hero, Brett Kalanovic. He lives about 5 miles away from this track, so he was really excited to get in the driver's seat here today in front of the hometown crowd. A top-running truck, money for nothing, he calls it, a 1979 GMC. Always a good-running truck. And let's see what he can do. And man, that truck was screaming down the track, spun out super hard at the end. What an incredible hook put down. 282.5 gonna be the distance, so about 13 feet away from the leader. But man, that's probably one of the most impressive hooks that truck's put down since it debuted. And a nice, smooth, hard finish there for him. What a run. And next up is going to be Jim Matthews with the Plum Crazy Dodge, a 1989 Dodge. And this guy here has been pulling since the 70s. 1977 he started pulling, and this is his first official run in the small block high output division here with the Appalachian Outlaws. A fan favorite for years and years, and now he's competing on one of the biggest levels he has in years. So let's see what he can do. And a solid A to B pass is going to give him 272.54. Not a bad run for him there. Seemed like he did have a little bit of engine troubles there towards the later part of the track. And that's something I'm sure the Matthew team will get worked out here as they get later and later into the season with this new setup. But a solid run to start off the pulling career of Jim Matthews here in the small block high output division. And that's going to do it for the small block high output trucks. Jason Garris takes the win, 295.47. Ray Unger, 290.81. Jim Basinger, 289.74. And Brett Kalanovic is going to finish it out, 282.50. There's your top 5. We'll be right back after the break with the Outlaw Farm Tractors. Stay tuned. And to kick off the rest of the show, we're going to go on to the Outlaw Farm Tractor division here tonight. 8 tractors are scheduled to pull in this class. And this is actually a new division for the 2023 Championship Series for the Appalachian Outlaws. But this class has been running for multiple years with each other with the same rule set. So the class has gotten very competitive, and it has a lot to do with the rules. It's a 466 cubic inch class, 3,000 RPM max, a 2.65 inlet, and a 3-inch exhaust for the turbo. So these tractors are on a pretty even playing field when it comes to power and what they can lay down on the track. So we have Butch Ansel coming out on the track right now, a beautiful looking International 1066 out of Somerset, Pennsylvania. And you'll see here in a moment, Butch had 2 attempts to make it down the track and wasn't able to do so, but we gave him an exhibition-only run down the track just so he can make a pass in the tractor and make his trip worthwhile at the Cookport Fairgrounds. Wasn't able to get it lit up in time. You'll see here in a replay, just wasn't what he was looking for on both attempts. So we're going to bring him out one last time. The fans want to see him go down the track. He wants to go down the track after putting a lot of work into the tractor over the offseason. So he's going to make an exhibition-only attempt here. And let's see what he can do. And a beautiful run down the track for Butch Ansel, but now we're going to get into our first official puller. This is Travis Dowler. He calls this tractor Mad Money, a top-running tractor out of the Southwestern Pennsylvania division. And let's see what he can do here. He's running the middle portion of the track. A lot of pullers were running the middle so far during the evening. Let's see if it works out for him. And a great run down the track. He gave that track all his vehicle had there. Puttering out at the end almost, barely making it. And he is going to be your current leader with a distance of 204.84. And a great run put down by the Mad Money International. Spinning down the track. Not able to get that final spin out at the end, given that track all the horsepower he had there. What a run. Now coming out on the track, this is Dave Fisher. He has an International 1466 he calls Misfit Mistress out of Crystal Springs, Pennsylvania. And this is a tractor to look out here for. Always a top competitor in the class. As he backs in to the on the mark sled. The chain is tight. He's spooling it up. And here we go. This is the Misfit Mistress, Dave Fisher. And man, what a monster run he lays down there. And his distance is going to be 301.47. So gonna be the mark to beat here tonight. Seemed like he ran a ton of RPM down the track and was able to spin out pretty hard at the end. And man, what a monster pass he made here tonight. If there's anybody that can make it up, though, it's Kevin Cody, Somerset, Pennsylvania, International 766, a top running track. He's trying to get past that 301 foot mark. The fans think he can do it. Let's see what he can do. He's spooling it up, about to take off. 301.47, the mark to beat. Giving her all she had. He ran a similar line to what a lot of the pullers are running in this event. He kind of started off towards the middle of the track, and then when he got to about, I'd say, the 150-foot mark, he veered off towards the left and ran that same line the leader did, but just didn't have quite enough. 286.73 going through the distance. Next up, Nathan McGill. He calls this tractor a Mater International 1066 from Smock, Pennsylvania. A top running tractor here in southwestern Pennsylvania. He's spooling up and trying to get out past 301.47. Here we go. Oh man, what a run put down. Good enough for the third spot right now. And he went out on the track. He ran the similar starting position and then veered towards the left a lot quicker than his competition did so far. And when you see these vehicles take a huge jerk in one direction or the other, a lot of times they're going to lose a lot of distance that way. So not sure if that hurt him or not, but good enough for third and a great run down the track. Next up, Wes Banky. International 1066 out of Ligonier, Pennsylvania. A good running tractor. This is going to be the second run on this machine for the 2023 season. He was just at Listy Grove last week during their testing tune. So let's see what he can do. Wes Banky out of Ligonier, Pennsylvania. And man, did he have a run go, and he got that thing spooled up, and as soon as he started letting out, the tractor made a huge wheelie and stopped him right in his tracks there. So not what you want to see, but he was able to recover, did a great driving job down the track, was able to maintain good track speed, and got it out there enough to hopefully land a top 5 position here tonight. 280.90. Next up is Chris Bankotti out of the 724 Boys camp. This is a top running tractor in the division and a fan favorite to say the least. Let's see what he can do here. The Freedom's Pennsylvania natives taking off down the track. And a monster run down the track. Is it enough to take over the lead though? And it's not. Just about 7 feet shy away from Dave Fisher with the Misfit Mistress, but a monster pass laid down. And like we explained before, the points go by combined distance of all the pulls. So for Chris to get out there just around 7 feet away from the leader right now is huge. They have about 5 or 6 pulls left on the schedule, and every foot counts. So a huge run put up by Chris, and that separates him from a lot of the competitors here tonight. Here's Evan Hillgrass. He's driving a John Deere here tonight from Berlin, Pennsylvania. About to take off down the track. We'll take a look at our replay here. I don't believe he had the run he was hoping for here tonight, but he was able to get the tractor running down the track and put up a distance of 274.37. So not horrible. He's just shy of getting in that top 5. But like we've mentioned before, the points go by total distance. So he's right in there. He can say he's 6th in the points right now, and there is a long season to go when it comes to these tractors. What a run put out by him. And that's going to do it for tonight's Outlaw Farm Tractor Division. Dave Fisher with the Misfit Mistress lands in the number 1 spot with 301.47. Chris Bankotti goes 300.20. Kevin Fogarty goes 286.73. Nathan McGill goes 285.01. And Wes Banky rounds out the top 5 with 280.90. And that's going to do it for today's show. Be sure to tune back next week. We have the big block high output 4-wheel drive trucks and the Outlaw street gas trucks at the Cookport Clash. This is also their first points hook of the 2023 season, so you don't want to miss it. We have the best running 1-ton driveline gas trucks on the East Coast battling it out for the first time of 2023, and it's right here on the Appalachian Outlaws Series.